Happy Halloween, everyone! So we're going to talk today about the best horror remakes. Of course, to most audiences, their go-to would be The Fly and The Thing. But that's not what we're going to discuss. We're going to dive deep. First, we're going to be talking about some of the worst. That's basically a copy and paste of the original, and in some ways makes it feel very pointless and predictable. So the first on our list is 1998's Psycho. It's same shot, every detail of the original, except in color, mediocre cast. When it's a Hitchcock title, no one can out-hitch the cock. I want to buy that for $1. It's basically just shot for shot with less enthusiasm. The original is one of the greatest horror films of all time. I mean, come on. And one of the greatest directors, period. So, pass. What's some that I've seen that I can still have fun with, regardless if it's not as good as the original, and still continues to have riveting source material? One really solid remake is the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It progressed on what was already there, expanded from it with a family and great atmosphere, and the casting is great. It's more in your face and brutal, whereas the original hardly has really anything. It's really subtle and very minimum, and that way it's horrific as well, because you still get the point of the music. Instead of desperately ripping off the 1974 classic, it more pays homage to it, adding some fresh characters and new plot lines to make it, unique, still keep it flowing with what we've come to expect. I just recently rewatched this since it came out. It's the 2006 The Omen. No one asked for this, so we got it anyway, of course, for money. I don't want it, and I don't like it. All we really get is, instead of a falling fish, it's a falling plant. And it's not pot, so I'm not happy with it. Aside from the cast, Liev Schreiber, Michael Gaiman, and Mia Farrow, who's also played the voice in Last Unicorn as Lady Anathia. Only the true fairies know. It was just a really pointless remake. Now, the 2010 A Nightmare on Elm Street is one of the most hated of the remakes. Understandably so, because it's using one of the most influential horror films ever in the 1984 classic. I mean, it has decent moments. They managed to make Freddy dark again. That's a quality they haven't seen of the character since, really, Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. But honestly, I think Wes Craven would have at least preferred that over the other sequel pieces of trash. I said it. And now, another one of the better remakes goes to 1988's The Blob. It's improved on from the effects and eerie deaths, and you got Shawnee Smith, that's also known as Amanda from the Saw films. I think Friday the 13th had a pretty good cast. Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, and it had a decent story. Kind of combined all three Friday the 13th films in one, a little jam-packed here and there. Derek Mears was a great Jason Voorhees. They could have honestly used that for the first film and just rebooted the franchise again. It would have been really good with what they had to work with already. Then, of course, some classics don't need a remake or a sequel, for that matter. I often said many times that if you can improve on the characters or the story, then don't bother. It's just going to end up being a carbon copy of the first. This trend has obviously picked up really big steam in the 20th century. It really makes us just appreciate the original much more. Plenty of titles of these to choose from, so pick your poison. Which one stands out the most to you? Your favorite? Guilty pleasures, or even some that are worth an honorable mention. So that's my thoughts on the best and worst of horror remakes. So what's your thoughts? Let me know down below, and happy Halloween. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.